Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I'm not looking. I am not looking. Check out these nails. The last time you'll see this color. Getting my nails did today. I'm so excited. You know how when you get your nails done and you love them and you're like, oh my God, look at my nails, they're so great. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I need to get my nails done because there's like a little baby gap between, look, I'm not flipping you off. Little baby gap between your finger and the nail color. It's like, it's a thing. OMG. Okay. I know I haven't been on in a while because for the last 72 hours I've been in hibernation from my mother and my father, and that sounds weird, but I'll tell you the story. So if you're not doing anything else at 9:42 a.m. on a Sunday, if you are at church, God bless. If you're not at church, welcome to Sunday, what am I going to call this? Sunday Soul Session. Sorry, Oprah, I can't take your Sunday Soul Sessions. Shoot. Sunday Sass Sessions. Oh my God, that's magic. Sunday Sass Sessions with Joy. So there. Sassy Cooking with Joy, Sunday Sass. I know, right? Okay, first of all, I'm on a road trip. Second of all, I'm behind a car who's literally going so slow in the fast lane. It kills me. I'm literally not trying to ride this person's tail. They have given me no choice because they're not driving properly, because if you see a car coming up behind you faster than you are going, the natural reaction is like, whoa, I got to get out of their way. I am not on the Indy Raceway. I gets to get over. Yeah, no, that person was happily enjoying probably a croissant or a breakfast sandwich, which I will be eating shortly. Not a sandwich, but a breakfast burrito, and I'll tell you more about that later. Okay. So, welcome to Sunday Sass Sessions with Joy. Okay, so, I don't even know where to begin. Let's just say, well, first of all, anyway, I'll tell you where, oh, yet another car. Really? We're on the 5, people. We are on the 5. It is Sunday morning. No one is here. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Anywho, okay, so I'm driving home from Lake Elmina where my parents live, and here's one part of my journey, Starbucks. I really don't think caffeine affects me, but I get it anyway, just because I think it's like for me, it's like caffeine is supposed to make you awake, so I should drink some. And so when I do, I'm like, ooh, great. But just in case that doesn't work, see, I'm not even looking at you, I have one of my favorite road trip treats. Has anyone seen these? Red Bull, but peach nectarine. They're like it's like the bougie edition, the peach edition. Look at that. OMG. We're going to crack this bad boy open right now. Yeah, caffeine, whatever, but Red Bull, oh, snap. This is so good. Oh my God. That is like taking a bite into a summer peach. Woo! Fuzzy hair and all. I know that sounds disgusting, right? But then I love a nectarine, so it's also like taking a bite into a nectarine. 2 of my favorite fruits. Oh my God. Okay, I don't know what the actual flavor of original Red Bull is, but let's just be honest. I don't think you can actually classify what it is. It's just like, I won't say what it tastes like because that infers that I know what that tastes like. But anyway, it doesn't taste good. But I do it every now and then when I'm just like, I need non-real food ingredients to wake me up, aka Red Bull. But this, y'all, this, you get this at any 7-Eleven, any roadside gas station, which is where I went. God, do I work backwards? Do I tell you forwards? Oh, geez, okay. Maybe I just work backwards because it's freshest in my memory. Well, anyway, I'll just tell you about the little journey I just had getting gas. What up, Mick? Getting gas from the gas station in the Red Bluff, because it's, when you go on road trips and you go to visit your family or places, you stop at certain places, right? They're your jam. So I pull into this gas station. I'm coming down the hill. My new car flies. Literally, I look down. I'm like, 100. Anywho, what? I don't even feel like I'm going 100. Now, this is a proper way to get over, ma'am. Thank you. Blinker. Thank you for getting over. Hi, good morning. Welcome to Sunday Sass Sessions with Joy, Mickey Sever. Okay, because Oprah already stole my soul session somehow. She got there before me. Okay, so I go to the gas station. As I do, I get gas. I turn around, park in front of the little Quickie Mart. I go in, I use the ladies or the dual, whatever they call that, unisex one. Ooh, that is closed. I take a bio break. I get one of two things. I get my Red Bull, Peach Edition, Bougie Edition Red Bull. This is, can't even see it. Look at that. Red Bull. Please endorse me, because when I go on road trips, this is all I drink. My nutritionist is going to die if she sees this, because I'm going on a 4-day healthy kick to kind of purge my system because my hands are pretty crummy. I'm going to the dermatologist later this week. Let's just be honest. No one needs crummy hands. It's terrible. But as I mentioned, here are the items I purchased. The Red Bull. This is at the Quickie Mart after getting gas. Do the bio break, Quickie Mart, and this is from my girl Abby. Booyah. Donuts right there. Hostess donuts. Not even donut. Donuts. Donuts. It's like the Rondettes. Everything that's tiny, it's like the ets. Like this is the Starbucks-ettes. This is the latte-ettes. Okay, by the way, I have 2 hours to go before I get home. I promise this won't be 2 hours, except I don't promise, because if anyone knows me, I can talk. So I got that. Oh, another staple for my road trip is, hold collar, I'm going into my bag. I'm seriously riding the side. Twizzlers. I kind of turned to Twizzlers instead of Red Vines lately. I'm not gonna lie. They're delicious. I don't know why. Here's another staple. The Fanta. I've got Fanta because, I don't know, I just crave, my 10-year-old body, taste buds crave an orange soda every now and then. I've had 2 of them in the last couple days. Then I've got the ice for my sody. I got this from the lovely Starbucks because I had to get Starbucks because I thought I did. And when I dig about the Starbucks, they hand it to me. I'm like, where's the straw? Where's the straw? And I realized they don't do straws. They're woke. They are so woke. There's no straws at Starbucks. We don't need no stinking straws. Tell me where that's from. It's really weird. We don't need no stinking badges. Anyway, I literally am like, this is brilliant, because it actually is easier to do what I just did there. Drink it without the straw, poke it in your eye. Okay, so I get my stash. Oh wait, there's one more thing I always get. Ready? Scratchers! I'm gonna win 400 million, baby. You have to buy the 20. Oh, I can't look at you. You have to buy the $20, $30. Can you see it? I can't see it. Okay, there you go. The $20 or $30 scratchers. The 5, the 10, the ones, do not bother. You'll maybe get a ticket. But if I win a ticket from the $20 or $30 ones, that's a decent size, another chance, right, to win. I win $30. I've won $100. I've won $80. I just love them. So that's kind of my thing. I literally have 4 tickets in my bag because I haven't been able to do them. I haven't made time to do them. I mean, physically, I can't do them. I just haven't made time. So that's my staples. The other thing I have that you'll want to join me in, I'm sure, is I was in Reno also for the last 48 hours. That's part of my story as well, but I'll get to that later. So I'm at the gas station. I pull over to get gas. What's so exciting about that? Obviously nothing. I get out. I got my mask on. People are getting gas without masks. I don't understand. Just wear the mask. Yeah, you're vaccinated. Yeah, you're whatever. Just continue to wear the mask. I mean, to be honest, do whatever the hell you want. I don't care. But it's we're still in COVID, to be honest. Not everyone's safe. And you never know. This is the first time we've done this, right? Just wear the mask or don't wear the mask. I don't give a shit, but I do. Okay. So I go, and I have these, when you're on road trip, you get the bugs juice that's the bug hits your window on a normal day and it's bleep. And on a road trip, basically, it hits your thing and it's it's literally I have just murdered an entire family of insects. So I go and, my windshield wipers, my new car is decent. How many times am I going to say new car in this Facebook Live? They're fine, but I need the squidgy, right? So I go and look for the squidgy. Well, first I see this car behind me, this truck behind me with a teenage kid and his daughter. Teenage kid and his daughter. That's no, it's not. No, he didn't have a daughter. His sister. They were so cute because they were super excited doing the squidgies. I used to love that. Oh, sir, let me clean your window for my parents when we go on road trips. That was my favorite thing. very good. I had the paper, so I'd wipe it off and it'd be clean, it'd be perfect. So I go to look at it and they're gone. I'm like, wait, where is it? And then I see these 2 kids, they each have one and they're working on this monstrous truck. I mean, the girl, honestly, let's be honest, she could maybe get up to like the lower third of your window. So it was so cute. And I have this habit, and I realize this, my friend Michelle tells me this all the time, yes, you, Vicaro, that I literally stare at people, like I'm in a trance kind of, and I'm just staring. And I realize I'm trying to assess the situation of why don't I have a squidgy. I see them with 2 squidgies, and I look, and I go, oh, I think they've used the 1 squidgy. So I'm kind of staring at them, processing this. And the kid, adorable, turns to me and said, oh my God, I'm so sorry, do you want to use this? Oh yeah, I said no, oh my God. Obviously, I realize I'm staring him down like a middle-aged, angry woman. And so I'm like, no, take your time, no hurry. But I am, because I got to get back for an appointment at 1 for my nails. That's another part of the story. Not really. And I'm like, no. And he gives it to me. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. So I say thank you, and I go in, and I'm like running like I'm in some kind of hurry. I'm like jogging back to my window. I go and squidgy it, and I flip it over to, or I wipe it down. I flip it over to squidgy it, and it's like there's no squidgying to be had. There's no cleaning. It's just basically spreading the water more and more on the screen or on the window. Like, what in the actual hell? So I squidgy the whole thing. I mean, I sponge the whole thing down, and I turn it over, and then I'm like, what is wrong? I flip it over, and I realize the rubber thing that like is it squidgy it? I don't know, that, the stuff in your shower when whatever, the wiper. That piece is gone. So it's 2 hard plastic pieces and a gaping hole in the middle where the rubber's supposed to go. And like, I'm running it against my window, and it's just like, nothing is happening. I'm like, penance. That is penance for me for staring down the sweet children helping their parents with what I would have done when I was their age. I'm so mad at myself. I'm like, that is karma right there. So I like, okay, I'll go put it back, not say anything. I'm like, here, you can have it again, like, because it doesn't work. They hadn't gotten to that part yet, I believe. So I'm at the front of my car on the driver's passenger side. I kind of look at them. I like, maybe I should hand it to them, and I look, and they had gotten another one, I guess. So I'm still getting gas, mind you. So I decide, like, I see the rubber hose thing, and I'm like, oh, I'll just walk over that and get. On a good day, I can clear a rubber hose into my car from the pump. Today, not so much, because let's be honest, 72 hours of activity. I'll tell you more later. I literally go to walk over the pump, and I get my foot stuck on it, and I literally am going down like this with a broken squidgy in my hand, and I'm like grasping for something to hold on to, and I hit my shoulder against the pump, like the metal pump, and I'm like, oh shit! And then I go to fall, and there's nothing to save me, and I'm literally, I can't handle. I go down, I'm looking at the kids as I'm falling. I'm like, oh shit! And I'm falling, and I go down hard on my right knee, and I go down on my right knee, and I'm like I'm like, oh Jesus, am I hurt? This is killing me. I hit this, and I go down on my knee. That's no bueno, obviously, but it was just hard. It wasn't like I'd gotten low enough, obviously. And I look up, and the teenage son looks back at me, and he's just like, he kind of looks at me, and he turns away like I saw nothing. Like, the officer comes to question him. I saw nothing. I am embarrassed as all get out. I'm sorry. It was like you had to have been there, to be honest. I'm hoping I can recreate this moment for you. But you know how you fall and you're embarrassed. You're first you're scared because you think you're hurt, and then you're embarrassed because you just went down hard with seemingly nothing in your way, although there was a rubber hose, let's be honest, and a very hard pavement. But I get up I get up and I'm like, I'm okay, to no one in particular. of course I get I haven't seen you from the teenager. And I just put the thing back. I'm like, oh my God. I look at my knee. I'm like, is there blood? Is there blood? My shoulder's sore. I'm like, oh my God. And I drive around to get my business to, in the Quickie Mart. And I literally, oh my God. It was like karma for me for staring down those poor children trying to help their parents. It was karma. Karma. Woo! I survived though. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like almost okay, not almost home, like 5 hours from home, 4 hours. And I almost die at the gas station at the Quickie Mart in the Red Bluff. Oh, that's a tale for the time. Okay, anyway. Woo! Okay, that's why I had to tell you that story because it was fresh in my mind. Okay, let's rewind back 72 hours. Long story short, now I can share because it was a surprise for my mom. My beautiful mom turns a beautiful age next Saturday, exactly a week from yesterday. And she and my dad are coming down to visit. They've got dentist appointments, and then they're going to stay. My mom will stay and take care of my brother's dogs as my brother and sister-in-law go to New York, help pack up Lulu for her finish of her first year at Columbia successfully. Straight A student, not going to lie, kind of proud of my girl. Anywho, they're going to bring her back. And then my dad will come, he'll take my mom down, he'll drive back up, take care of his cat, then come back down a week later. This is how the Osborne family does. Apparently, road tripping is in our DNA. Whew. So, anyway, a couple weeks before this, my mom's neighbor calls, and she says, hey, I want to have a surprise birthday party for your mom, whatever, on Saturday. And I said the 17th. I'm like, well, that's awesome. I said, yeah, go Lulu, right, Mickey? Whew, she's that girl. Oh, she's so good. Anyway, so I said, yeah, well, my parents are coming 4 days later. And she's like, well, I want to have it with the neighbors. And if there's anyone else that she likes, and would you come up, or would your brothers come up? I said, well, my brother's birthday is today, literally 18th. I said, I don't think he's going to come up because he's going to be preparing to take off for a week and whatever. And then my other brother, Scott, he had just gotten back from a trip. So I just she's like, can you come up? I'm like, well, I think I can. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I knew what this weekend was. It was a weekend of nothing to do, nothing planned, because I just, at work, my new favorite program manager, Ms. Socks, aka Socks Hermosillo, she and I did this. We had interview days for our interns. So we had one big interview day where it's like a cell day, right? You bring all the we're called Zwifterns. We're calling our interns Zwifterns because, of course, why not? They're amazing. So we bring them in for a day. We welcome them in the morning. We send them off to interviews. This is all via Zoom. They come back for a lunch, cool panelists and all that. Then they go back to interview. And then we send them on their way, and then we make offers the next day. It was 2 days after, but literally Friday, all I did was make offers. It was so awesome. Anyway, but that was the day. I got 1 hour of a nap. It wasn't sleep. On Tuesday morning, I went to sleep at 4 a.m., woke up at 5 a.m. because I was up all night preparing. Kristen and I were up super late, and then I stayed up later because why not? Anyway, successful day, wonderful, but I'm like, great, this whole weekend will be nothing. And then the surprise party comes up, and here I am trying to not follow too closely to this person. Anywho, so I said, yeah, I guess I can come up. But then I'm like, okay, do I go up on Saturday? I can't go to my parents because I'm surprising them. So I'm going to go to my mom's neighbor. And then I was like, well, I could drive up, and then I just turn around and come back Sunday. That's one day. Okay, so then I'm like, I could do that. I've done that before. But then I'm like, well, I talked to my bestie, Tamara, and I learned that she's going to be in Reno with her daughter playing volleyball at this big tournament. It's the first big tournament, the volleyball tournament. So I'm like, well, wait, okay, maybe this is good. Reno is only 2 hours away from my parents. If I go up early to Reno, I have the chance of I can work. If I go up Thursday night, I can work from Reno on Friday at the hotel. I can see Tamara possibly, and then I can jet over to my mom's, over to Lake Elsinore at midday. So literally, I'm just like, okay, I think I can make this happen. So I work it out with Tamara, and she's like, I'm not sure how much time I'll have. And I said, don't worry about it. Even if I can just wave to you from the car, that'll be enough. And Reno's not my favorite place to be honest. But it's kind of like the dirty Vegas. I'm sorry, anyone who lives in Reno, I'm sure it's lovely. It's just not it's just a different vibe than Vegas. I mean, I think Vegas had a bad rap years ago. It was great, then it got gross, then it's great again. Reno, I don't know if it's gotten great again, ever, whatever. But Atlantis, the hotel and casino, has the best buffet as my friend Dana Zell shared the other night, that she had a friend from New Orleans or something that called it the buffet. So I was there for the buffet. I've had their breakfast buffet or brunch buffet. Amazing. I say buffet, to be honest, but I think I like saying buffet. First of all, there's one car going so slow for everyone. I shouldn't do this, but I'm passing on the right. Eek. Okay. But honestly, this car's literally going like 75 in the fast lane. The speed limit is 75. Never have I ever gone the speed limit when it says 75 and gone less than or same. Anywho, okay, so the Atlantis has the best buffet. So I'm like, at least I'll get the buffet in, right? That's an added bonus. It's going to be my bestie, the buffet, and surprise my mom. Like, how can that be wrong? Nothing can be wrong about that. Well, I leave a little later than I want to on Thursday night. I leave at like 7 o'clock at night. That's no bueno. Hi, Abby Green. Welcome. This might be a little longer than 15 minutes. So just, put up your feet, grab a cup of joe or tea or whatever it is. You might have missed the earlier portion of my video where I got my staples from the Quickie Mart. Obviously, we've got the donuts. We'll be ingesting them soon. Anywho, so I'm like, buffet, yes. Anyway, so I get up to Reno on Thursday at the Atlantis. Never drive up to Reno from the Bay Area. There's not traffic. That was fine, but tired. Let's just say the fact that I'm speaking to you live. Oh my God, this car is going so slow. I literally can't breathe. I can't breathe. I'm like, we're passing on the right again. I'm sorry if you're going to drive like this. I'm going to have to drive. It's like 2 wrongs make a right here because I cannot with this person. Okay. So I get up there exhausted. I literally braille driving, like I'm sure way too many times on the road through the Sierras, but I made it. Okay, fine. I went slow, but I should have not probably driven. Anywho, I get there the next morning. I get into the Atlantis, get into my hotel room. I'm like lugging all my stuff. Oh, mind you. Anyway, mind you, I've also procured a lovely blue fig box because I'm bringing appetizers to the party on Saturday. Mind you, my friend who owns Blue Fig, thank you, Kimbert. Oh, hi, Lois. Wait, Lois, aren't you supposed to say hi to me too? I love it. Hi, Abby. Well, hi, Lois. Loved that picture of you and your daughter the other day, by the way. That was so sweet. Oh my gosh, it's so wild to see life coming back to everything, isn't it? Woof. Anywho, I check in and oh my God, first of all, I get to the hotel room, I'm like, thank God. It's a decent room, but it's still like I said, it's not the most fabulous, town of hotels. Anyway, I get into my room and I'm like, oh, I gotta shower. I gotta wake up because I have to do some work still. I literally had to send emails out to these interns or Zwift saying, hey, we're gonna give you an offer. And I'm exhausted. I'm literally typing away going, oh my God, if I send this to the wrong person, I'm so screwed. I managed to send it to them. I missed about 3, but I got them out on Friday. Anyway, I go into the bathroom, take a shower. I walk in, and there are, no joke, there are no fewer than 7 handrails in my shower. And there's a chair and a seat area outside my shower. And I'm like looking around going, what's happening? What am I looking at here? And then all of a sudden I'm like, ding, 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 I have the accessibility room. And I'm like, first of all, don't assume, Reno, Atlantis hotel people that I need an accessibility room. But I'm not gonna lie, they were actually really helpful. I literally was holding on to those things for my dear life because why not? I literally walk into the shower, grab the handle. Walk out of the shower, grab the handle. Go to the bathroom, grab the handle. Sit up, grab the handle. I mean, I've just decided first of all, I'm not offended by them at all because it's not like, I remember the first time I got an accessibility room. It's not an offensive, I'm not against accessibility. People need what they need. But I also, when I was 30 and I got that room, I was like, do they think I need that? I thought it was like an affront to my age. They thought I was older. Not even older people. I get it. Any age needs a handlebar. Handrail or whatever, a handle. And ironically, just the other week, I asked my friend, Ms. Abby Green, would it be considered older, more mature of me to put the handle that I actually use for my dad when he comes down because he absolutely needs one in the shower? Would it be bad if I put it in my shower and actually used it day to day? And she's like, I don't think so. If you need it, use it. I tell you, I have that handle. It's like a little, it's like an OXO one. it suctions, you seal it in, and you could I could literally jump up, hang on that thing with all of my body weight, and it would not come down. It is so strong. And I'm living my best life. I'm shaping my legs, one hand, shaping my legs, hold on, and I'm not going to die. Because I have one of those locker room showers that's like you walk in and you're like, trying to move like this. But it's amazing because it's like steamy and hot. But it gets very slippery on the bottom. Yes, I know I can put those little things on to make it less slippery. I have not done so don't judge. I will get those. Amazon, thank you. I'll see you soon. Anyway, but the accessibility room, I died. I was just like, really? It was perfect, but it's also, it doesn't look, it just feels like it takes up so much space. Like when I'm in the shower, am I going to bump against it as well? I don't know. It was fine. It worked out to be, and because it's an accessibility room, it has one of those long shower hose things. So I kind of like that because I can move it around and just, it's like get all areas. It's all good. Anyway, so that was fine. So Friday night, I finish, I crash. Saturday, I wake up, I start making phone calls. Literally from 8 to 5:30, I am working. I don't eat a thing. I think I have some water, maybe. Didn't have a Red Bull, speaking of. Cheers to you, Red Bull, Beach Edition. But I did have a payday, because I had road trip snacks on the way up. So I grabbed my payday, 5:30, downed it, connected with my friend Tamara and said, hey, might see you tomorrow, maybe, I'm not sure. But also, since I got surprise in my mind, I'm like, ooh, let's surprise her. She's staying at the Whitney Peak downtown, which is like, downtown's like, whoa, that's Reno right there. But the Whitney Peak is this gameless, smokeless hotel. It's gorgeous. Stay there if you can. It's beautiful if you want to be in Reno. Honestly, I've nothing against Reno. Can you tell? I love Reno. But it's just like you walk around and it's like people are just no masks, and it just doesn't feel safe or clean. And I know it isn't, because I walked into the store and they're like, you don't have to wear your mask if you want. And I'm like, they had them, but I'm like, no, you do you, whatever. I'm vaccinated, but like, anyway, so whatever. Reno, that's Reno. But actually Reno treats me well, actually. So I'm also deciding I'm going to go get some food for dinner, because I thought, okay, maybe I'll do the brunch buffet tomorrow, whatever. I don't know. I got to leave Reno by about 1 or 2 at the latest to get to my mom's friend's house before, so I can help decorate. I'd made some cute little name card, I'd made some little cute crafty name card things. Anyway, which I carried up. Oh, and I had the blue fig. I drove the blue fig up. I had it on ice. I literally was exchanging ice all the days. I know it sounds terrible and disgusting. This blue fig was so iced. It was so cold and iced for 3 days straight because I was, nervous. I know, Kim, that's not what you have wanted, but have blue fig, will travel. That's all I got to say about that, people. It works. It worked. It was delicious. I didn't get sick. It's just cheese. Okay, there were some meats. They were on ice, I promise you. I know, Kim's going to kill me for saying this, but she's actually not on my Facebook, nor will she see this possibly. Anyway. Oh, Blue Fig has a new website, by the way. So Blue Fig, the Blue Fig, right? Move on, I totally. So Blue Fig has a new website. You can go to bluefig.com now and order online. So exciting. So I think you have to pick it up if you're not local, but anyway, so I make the offers. I go, okay. So then I'm like, I'll go out to dinner. I'm like, ooh, you know what? I just want to go to the outlets. There's got to be outlets here. And so, oh my God, first of all, going up to Atlantis, they're so sweet, but it's kind of like, I call and I say, hey, do you have any outlets local or the shops? And she's like, there's a Burlington Coat Factory across the street. I'm like, that's an outlet. I'm talking about outlets, plural, outlets. So she's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, thank you, concierge. Let me go check the Dr. Google, or actually Dr. Yelp. I look, and of course there's the outlets at Legend. So I'm like 5 miles away. I drive to the outlets. I go. It's late, to be honest. It's about 7-ish, 7:30, and they're closing, kind of. So I go I'm Banana Republic's there. I'm like, yes, and then it's closed. And I saw most things closing, but then I saw TJ Maxx, and I was like, TJ Maxx. I always need something at the Maxx. So I drive over to the Maxx. I roll in. I'm looking for a couple things, and then I find these beautiful fuzzy blankets for my outdoor little daybed. 2 of them, awesome. They're like $14.99 each. And then I found something else I really liked. I can't remember what. Oh, I found some iPhone covers that look kind of cool for like $7. Like, cool, I get 2 of those, get my things. I had a little gift card for $18. Literally, I walk out of there and they're like, that'll be $18. I'm like, wait, for 2 blankets and 2 iPhone cases? This is why we shop at the Max. I cannot behind a car that's terribly slow. So anyway, that was wonderful. I decide, and then I'm talking to my brother saying, hey dude, should I go to the dinner buffet or the brunch? What do you think? Scott, my brother, loves a good buffet just like I do, and he's been to Reno, he golfs there, and he has friends who've lived there. And he goes, I think on Friday, dude, there's a seafood buffet. I'm like, oh, seafood. There's a whole nother story about me eating too much seafood in Maui with my friend Abby. That's for another time. But let's just say when I eat seafood, a lot of it, it's all like the aftermath is just think Little Mermaid. There's a lot going on there. Anyway, that's all with that. I get back. By the time I park and I have to bring stuff in, I'm getting more ice, whatever. I got a couple bags. I'm like, I'm just going to kick it at the buffet and sit there, and OM to the G, it's closed. I was like, it's Vegas, what? How is the buffet closed? Then I realized at 10 at night, maybe they want to like shut her down. I get it. So, okay, fine. I'm like, I'll go to the brunch one. But then I'm like, I'm hungry for dinner, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, because that's when I start to think about dinner these days. And there's a Manhattan deli. I'm like, ooh, I love a good Sandy, right? I love a good sandwich. And I look, and they look like basically like a 5-year-old made them. Like there's white bread and meat in the middle, but it's not like the beautiful New York deli sandwiches. They look simple, but I do know they have room service for 24 hours, and they bring it to your room. They bring it in like a paper bag with to-go things. They don't, it's not the formal setup, which is perfect actually. So I'm like, I'll do room service. By this time it's like 11, let's be honest. I get in, I shower, I got my handles, I'm held, I'm strong, I'm feeling good, I'm doing little push-ups. I order room service, and he's like, it'll be like 45, he's like 30 to 45 minutes. He goes, 45 minutes. I'm like, okay, fine. I do a few things, jump in the shower. It's literally 20 minutes later. I jump in the shower, I hear this knock, knock, knock. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? I'm like, I wait. I was like, did I hear that? It's like, knock, knock. I said, hello? It's like, room service. I'm like, damn it. I get out, hair, all of, stuff. I put my robe on, and I'm like, hi. He's so sweet, little Juan. He's like, hey, here you go. And I'm like, just a mess. I'm in my robe, totally wet hair, look like a wet cat. He's like, I just got on service. If you need anything. I'm like, thanks, Juan. Thank you. I'll get back to you. Take my stuff, put it down, get back in the shower. I'm freezing for 5 minutes before I get back in the shower. I finish my beautiful, accessible shower. I get back out. I've ordered the most delicious, I can't tell you, like rare to medium rare hamburger on a sesame seed bun, steak fries, which are always delicious, and jumbo prawn cocktail. It's just a big shrimp, let's be honest. I get into my PJs, I get into bed, because, there's no real table. I mean, there is, but it's low table. I pull it out, I start eating that. I have a wedge salad. I didn't touch that, obviously, because it's too healthy. Not really. I cut into this burger, and it is perfection. It is so good. I'm like, yes, I'll start a movie. I haven't sat down to watch a movie. I turn on a movie. I decided to watch Bombshell, I think that was called. I'm still tripping out about that movie because I'm watching Charlize Theron look like, what's her name, Megyn Kelly, and sound like her. It's a trip, to be honest. So I start watching that. First of all, it's $20. I'm sitting, looking around going, who else is in the room with me that warrants me paying $20 for a movie that I probably could watch free? Well, technically not free because I pay for it on like an Apple TV or Netflix, wherever it is, HBO Max. So I'm like, what the heck, why not? So I turn it on. I'm eating my sandwich. I'm living my best life. I get so tired at some point, and I have the air cranked up because not only do I have the ice on the Blue Fig, I have the air on to keep the room even cooler. So it's like a little cooler in there, which means I'm freezing. And I literally am eating this burger, and I just start to go. I fade. I start to fall asleep. I've literally got half-eaten burger on a plate, on my chest, laying down, freezing cold, but so tired I cannot get up. I'm literally so tired I cannot physically move or do anything. And at some point, I have the will to get up and move the food from my uneaten food from my chest. I finally do that. I put on a sweater. Look, the movie is literally finishing, and I'm like, what just happened there? $20 later, falling asleep, watching a movie, maybe 3/4 of the movie. I think things ended like in reality where Charlize was talking to the camera and that was it. And then I'm like, well, I'm awake now. Let's eat that wedge. So it was quite the meal. And then I go to sleep. Finally, I properly moved everything away. Mind you, I also have little name card favors that I'm preparing for the surprise dinner party the next day. It's Friday, so it's the next day. And they're basically cute little milk, glass milk bottles, like little tiny ones. And I have like cute little pebbles and shells to put in. And then I have a ribbon to put around it. I have a glue gun to stick it on so it's easier to tie, and a little flower to put on it. And then I have a little metal thing that would hold a name card. So I got to assemble those at some point. So then Saturday, I have more calls to make to these interns, Zwift turns. So in between making calls and offers to Zwift turns, I'm putting all of the stuff into the container. I get a call from Tamara at 10:45 saying, hey, I'm done early. Can we meet, let's meet up. We were going to meet around 12-ish. She was going to take a break from the tournament when I think her daughter had a break. And she's like, I'm done early. I said, okay, well, I want to shower. And then I'm done with this call now. And I want to shower. And then whatever. I was going to come back to the hotel after meeting her. Well, I look at the clock. It's almost 12. And I'm like, crap. That's my move out date, whatever, checkout date. And I can't extend really because it's packed because of this tournament. I'm like, shit. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll pack it all up now. I'm only halfway. I finished all the bottles filled with stuff, but I haven't done any of the glue gunning. Is this boring? Because this is keeping me alive and awake. Thank you, Red Bull, and thank you, Facebook Live. But you can turn it off anytime. So I'm filling all these things. Oh, I haven't even told you the day before on Friday, as I'm heading out to my car to go to the outlets, plural, I'm walking and this woman kind of stares me down as she's passing me, and I look at her and she walks kind of by me and looks at me. And first of all, I got my mask on, my hair's a mess because all day long I just I hadn't taken a shower. I didn't take a shower actually that whole day because I just got up, started making calls. Anywho. She's like, Joy? And I'm like, looking, I'm like, Bart, what in the actual, I literally think I said, what the fuck? I was like yelling at the top of my lungs. It is Carrie Bartkowski, a.k.a. Carrie Archer, a.k.a. One of our setters at the Cal Poly volleyball team that I played on back in the 90s. And she's there because it's a volleyball tournament, and her daughter plays volleyball, and I didn't realize this, but she's also the coach of the 12 team, which I think that was the tournament that was playing at the convention center, not casino, but anyway, it's Skybridge, the convention center in Reno, at the Atlantis, which was I kind of booked the Atlantis because of the buffet and didn't realize that the tournament was happening there. So it all kind of clicked in. I'm like, Carrie, oh my God. So we talked for 30 minutes. It was so much fun. Pictures to come. I couldn't post any because I couldn't show my mom I was there, or close to her. And so we talked and caught up, and that was so much fun. And Carrie, hope your team did well. And even if they didn't do well, I hope you had fun. And then, let's do Elise, Shalali, Sonia, Nat. Let's get Christy. I think you're on IG now, Connor. Let's get a reunion in the next year or so. So much fun. Anyway, so that was a blast. So I'm like, oh my God, blast from the past. So then, Friday, next day. Okay, we finished Friday. Now we're back on to Saturday. So Tamara's like, okay. I said, well, let's go get lunch and we'll chill. And she's like, okay, I don't have to be somewhere until 1:30 or 1. And I said, cool. Well, I have to check out now, so let's go get food. She goes, what, Manhattan Deli? And I'm like, well, we could. I said, but it's in the casino. And I looked, and it looked like a 5-year-old could make the sandwich. So I said, but I did scout out a place, bringing me to the next part of my story. Bart, you're there. How'd you do? Tell me now. How'd they do? All right, here's the next part of the story. So the night before, I was trying to scope out places to eat lunch for the next day. Oh, I didn't tell you on Friday night, after I ran into Bart, after I went to the outlets, I decided to go bring Starbucks, and I had 2 Gunther's cookies with me that I forgot about, and so I brought them to my friend Tamara and her daughter. I go to the hotel, Whitney Peak, super nice, kind of bouge, I like it. And I'm like, hey, I don't know my friend's room number. I just texted her that I'm dropping something off at the hotel for her. Can you call her to come pick them up? And she's looking at me like, ma'am, I don't know who you are, and no, that's creepy. And I'm like, okay, I know it sounds weird, but can I just leave them with you or whatever? Can you just tell her? She finally played along, thank God. She was checking my, pupils for dilation or inebriation or highness. I was just high on life. And then I text my friend, and she had just gotten dinner, so you have to come down and pick up your dinner. I didn't realize that. And so she's like, is it food? And the woman's like, no, but something is here for you special. And she so sweet. And then I'm like, Tamara texts me, goes, are you down there? I'm like, okay, fine. You're the worst. Come down. She came down, and the woman was like, I'm so sorry I ruined the surprise. I said, no, Tamara's just going to ask questions because that's how she do. And she's going to make sure she's not coming down to some craziness, right? I get that. So that was funny. Anywho, so then I scoped out sandwich places or lunch places for us the next day. And I found this place. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in a city I don't really know. I'm going to go to drive-ins, diners, and dives. What's it called? Diners, drive-ins, and dives. It's that Guy Fieri show where he goes to towns and eats amazing food. You can do, I think he's hit all 50 states. If you go to Food Network or go to that show, type in state, and you can see all the states and select your state and just see all of his places he's gone. So I see this place called Full Belly Deli, and I'm like, oh, first of all, that sounds amazing. This picture they had was like this beautiful breakfast burrito with like delicious potatoes and eggs and sauce and ooh, yum. So I'm like, I gotta go there. And then I said, Tam, should we go there? She goes, well, there's Manhattan Deli. I said, no bueno. I'll call or I'll put the online order. I'll go pick it up. I'm packed up in my car. I'll come meet you. We'll have lunch and then do the thing. So finally that sorts out. I'm a little later than I expected, but then I go there and I decide I can't just have one item. Who knows when I'll be back at the Full Belly Deli. So I go there and I order a BLT sandwich on a Asiago bread. It's spicy mayo, delicious. But then I also got the breakfast burrito, which was huge. It has, what does it have? Salsa, it has ches, it has eggs, scrambled eggs, and it has tri-tip. Because I was feeling San Luis Obispo. Like I saw my girl Carrie, I was with Tamara. Tamara, by the way, I met at Cal Poly through volleyball, ironically. We took a little class together, or like a volleyball thing, and that's how we got to know each other. Crazy. So volleyball is like in the mix. Still playing. 3 more today. Oh, excellent. Good job, Bart. All right. Good luck to the team. It was so fun seeing you live too. So anyway, here's my breakfast burrito. I only ate half. I kept it on ice as I did every other piece of food with me, and I'm gonna eat it. Oh my God. Just as good day too. I kept it on ice, and then I was at my parents last night. We'll tell you about that. Okay, so this is gonna be a really long live. I'm so sorry. I apologize to you all. I am so sorry. But honestly, there's just too much to share. Okay. So I go back, meet her, we park, we move all of the stuff out of my car because there's not really a place to sit. I said, my car actually makes quite a good little, like, tailgate. So we moved all the stuff out of my trunk, put it in the car, sit down, tailgate, have our sandwiches. She's eating her veggie sub. It looks delicious. I've got my 2 sandwiches. I'm eating a little bit of both. We hug, say goodbye. I'm on my merry way. Now, in the meantime, I have to now get over to Lake Elsinore to get to my mom's friend's house in time to help with last-minute little decorations and all the things. Because I was in charge of decorations. I said I wanted to do little name cards and what else. So, before I go, though, we were texting. I said, do you need anything in Reno? And my mom's friend, Diana, she has actually just been to Reno the day before to get some things for whatever reason. And so she knows, like, stuff there. And I said, is there anything else you need? She goes, oh, no, we'll take 2. I said, no, tell me. She's like, I'd like 4 more French onion soup bowls. I said, I got you. And she goes, I know there's a restaurant supply store near the airport. I said, okay, I'll type it in and find it. I type it in. Literally, it's closing in 15 minutes. And I call and I said, hey, just don't want to check. Are you still open until 2? And they're like, yeah, we're open. But I said, well, I'm closer than 15 minutes. I'll be there in a minute. So I literally go over there. I park. I go in and I'm like, hey, I called earlier. You said you had French onion soup bowls. And so I go find those, and they were super sweet and nice. And we had like a lovely dialogue conversation about French onion soup bowls versus lion's head bowls, which are white with the lion's head on the side. I don't even know. Anyway, but the French onion soup bowls that I guess are the tradition are the brown ones with like the kind of, they look like pottery, right? Anyway, I said, Diane, I only have 4 of these. She said, that's fine. I only need 4. I'm like, great. Literally, there are 4 French onion soup bowls left. They don't have these other lion's white, beautiful ceramic ones. So I'm like, great. I'll get those. So I get those. I walk in. He's like, I said, oh, I just made it. He goes, yeah, we close in 2 minutes. I'm like, I understand that, sir. I can tell time. And then I'm like, okay, cool, and whatever. And he continued to say, like, we're closing 2 minutes to someone else. I'm like, I get it. You do not want us to shop after 2 minutes. I get it. We're moving fast. I'm very fast. So I do that. But in the meantime, I also need to get little name cards to put on the decorations, and I have to get a cool pen. And so I find the night before, I'm driving home on Virginia Avenue. Atlantis is my home now. I drive to Atlantis, and Virginia Avenue is this long street that basically takes you from like Midtown to downtown. or Midtown to Atlantis, or downtown to Atlantis. Obviously, I know this. I think it's the main Reno street. Anywho, it's long and it's lights. Long and lights. Terrible. But it was kind of like, okay, fine. I didn't need to race back. In the meantime, it was perfect because I saw this place called Nevada Fine Arts. And Nevada Fine Arts is one of those stores that is exactly what it says. It is mega amazing. It's not even huge. It's a fine arts, think about this, people, stationery store. And you know, if you don't know, you know now. If you don't know, now you know. I am obsessed with paper and pens and stationery and kitsch items and little things. Okay, this store was magic. I walk in, no one's in there. One guy came out, but the couple lovely women behind the thing, adorable. I'm like, I'm looking for this name card for my mom. She walks me back, shows me all the different kinds. Then I see paper that looks like the paper my grandfather used to make, because he was like an artist and he used to make paper by scratch with like fluff from the laundry and stuff. And so I wanted to wrap my mom's few gifts I got her in that. So I get all that. And of course I'm looking around and there's all these amazing notebooks and journals and pens. So I'm like, I go in for literally note cards. Literally, I go in for one item, note cards. And I come away $200 later. And I was like, I'll be back. I will be on the mailing list. I will order it. First of all, I could do ordering online, but going into the stores, but when you get to actually take the pens and try them, O-M to the G. I was obsessed. So you might be getting, if your birthday's coming up and you like writing instruments, I might be getting you some of those. So, old collar. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. So good. Look at that. Anybody? Well, it's hard to see because of the sun. Look at that. Oh wait, look at that. Yum. Okay. A lot of egg in this bad boy. I'm not complaining. It's a lot of egg. Okay. Get in my car, get my gas. Get on the road. I'm on the road. Oh, by the way, if you've never heard of, I think it's Your Own Backyard podcast. Oh my God. It's like unsolved mysteries, or just mysteries, not mysteries, but like unsolved things, I think. This is an amazing, amazing podcast. The first episode, I guess, I don't know the first episode or how this works, or the whole thing. Anyway, the one I'm listening to, here's the irony, is about Kristen Smart, who disappeared at Cal Poly in 1996, 3 years after I left. Whole thing about how she went missing. And I think I tried to Google her recently to see what, like, if there was any news. This podcast was done in 2019, like 23 years after she went missing, and it was still unsolved. I pulled it up and I didn't read the whole article, but I think there was a break in the case and they actually arrested someone who actually had something to do with it. Very sad. But I'm listening to this podcast all about Cal Poly, and they're like the red brick dorms and Oro and Grande and McClintock's, and I'm just like, oh, nostalgia, but like in a weird way, obviously. It's super riveting. If you haven't heard it, check it out. But it was just so weird. And then I called Michelle Vaccaro today, and I was telling her about the podcast, and we, of course, were roommates at Cal Poly. It was just like, it's just weird whatevs. Okay, so, Saturday. Excuse me. And I got the tri-tip in honor of San Luis Obispo, because who has better tri-tip than Central Coast San Luis Obispo? I mean, probably a lot of people. But anyway. So, I drive. I get to my mom's friend's house. Excuse me. By the way, my mom does know she's going to dinner at her friend's house, her friend's house, Diana and Greg. But she doesn't know it's a surprise party, so dinner's fine. So Diana's invited like 10 people, so there's a total of 10 of us, which is super fun. Excuse me. Anyway, was there 10 of us? I guess there was 10 of us. I feel like there was an odd person. Oh, I know. Nancy, her awesome neighbor. We make the 10. Anyway, so there's 3 couples, 4 couples and me and Nancy. Awesome, super fun people. So I get there and I start doing stuff, and she's like, I got a studio back in the way if you want to do your little name card. I'm like, yes, please. So I kind of changed my clothes. I go to finish the name cards. They are starting to decorate. The table looks gorgeous. It's all set. Her friends start to come. They came about 5. My mom and dad were supposed to come at 6. And literally, my mom and dad live like 5 houses down. So this whole day, I'm calling my mom, texting her saying, oh, look at the kitties, miss you, sending pictures. Oh, what are you doing today? Oh, that's right, you're going to Diana's. Completely, like, BSing my way through this conversation. I literally call her about 15 minutes before I'm supposed to land at Diana's house to see what she's doing, because she could be out on a walk and she might see me drive. So I was like, what are you doing? And I got her on her landline somehow. She's like, oh, I just missed this cell phone. I'm like, excellent, you're on your landline, which means you're stuck. You can't go outside. So I pull in and I unpack. And so I'm going to figure, after I talk to her, I go basically to finish the name cards. I come back in. I've changed my clothes so I can just like ready to go. I kind of zhuzhed my hair and my makeup. I had showered before I left, thank God. Friends start coming, start drinking, having fun. I go in to change or do my makeup, and she's got this cat that's getting a little older. And I love cats, obviously, but cats are, not everyone's friends. So I see this cat who was in the room when I first got there, but then was somewhere else. But when I came back in to kind of finish the look, this cat like looks at me and like just stares me down. She's like this. And I'm like, what's happening here? What is happening? Is she going to try to steal my breath when I sleep? She literally stares me down. This is like final moments before I literally finish my stuff. My parents are on their way, like close, because it's only 5 doors away. I look at this cat. This cat looks at me, and the cat starts doing this. Meow, meow, meow. And then I was like, what's happening? It was almost like, when there's like a warning before something happens, there's like a tick, 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 boom, right? This cat was like that. The cat was like this. Meow, meow, meow. And I was like, what just happened? And I was like, wait, looking around going, is anyone else seeing this? Why is this cat hissing me? I've done nothing. Because I think I went like, hi, kitty. I didn't reach out for it, but I was like, hi, kitty, hi, kitty. And I'm like, okay, tick, tick, boom. I was like, what the hell just happened? And then I was like, literally, Shelly. So, legit there. This cat is doing this. And I'm like, okay, what in the actual F did I do to piss this cat off? And then I'm like, hi, kitty. And then she's like this. Again. Meh, meh, meh. I'm like, what is happening? I try to like move forward out of her way. She literally, legit, she steps like 2 steps close to me, claw is up, and takes a swipe at me as I'm turning around, trying to run into the bathroom for cover. She nicks my leg through my pants, my new pants from Athleta, by the way, which are amazing. So awesome. They don't wrinkle. I love the way I'm a commercial in this whole thing. I am freaking out because I've only been scared by another friend's cat, Pamela Ferrer. You had a black cat growing up, and that thing scared the crap out of me, which is why I didn't like cats for so many years. You may not have known that. I apologize, but it's true. It wasn't your fault, obviously. But anyway, this cat is like, whatever. I'm like, what in the actual F? She's chasing me into the bathroom. I go into the bathroom, like, close the door. I'm like, what do I have to save me? I'm looking around. Okay, there's a hair dryer, but I have to unplug it. Okay, could I just blow hot air on it? Could I throw water on it? And I'm like, towel. I have to put my hands down for this one. I literally get the towel. I'm like a flippin' bullfighter. I have it like a toreador. I got the towel holding up like in front of me, doing this like, it's okay, kitty. Shoo, shoo. It's okay, kitty. Kitty's looking at me like, I can see through your towel. I know there's legs back there. And she's like, meow, meow, meow. I'm like, what is happening? Is it like Cujo for a cat? I die. And finally, I think I get her out. I said, I'm like literally in the room knowing all of the party is literally about to go down, the surprise. I'm like, Diana, stop preparing for your party and come get your cat. I didn't know what to do. I was like, what's happening here? And I'm like, oh my God. And the cat wasn't having it. Like, I every time I get near it, it'd be like, I was like, what is happening? Whew, I'm getting worked up right now. So she's like, I'm so sorry. She starts doing that. I said, well, she's sick because sometimes when they don't feel well, they act out or whatever. She's like, I know, it could be that. And she felt so bad. I said, no worries. But then I go into the bathroom to kind of finish preparing as I'm like, literally like, sweating, going, I've just survived a cat fight. Get it? A cat fight. I come in, I look at my leg, and yeah, she probably smelled my, yeah, these were new pants though. They were clean, and I didn't have, it could be though, could be. I don't think so though, because anyway, they could be my cats. I look down, and there's like blood on my leg, and I'm like, what in the hell? I pull up, thank God my pants weren't ripped. If they were, who cares, whatever. But I pull them up, and there's like this, like just red, whole, dripping blood. I'm like, oh my God. So I wipe it down, and then I kind of took off my pants to clean them, and a little soap just to wash it out, because I was going to wear them all day and wouldn't be able to wash them for another day. So I do that, and then I put my pants back on like an idiot, and I'm like, oh my God, it's probably still bleeding. I take them off, and yes, there's like a stripe of blood down my leg. I brought in some of my toiletries, so I knew I had a Band-Aid. I'm like, thank God. So I get that and I wipe it down again, and was there another, I can't remember. Because when I pulled them back on, the blood now not only on my leg but on my pants, so I wash them, or you rinse them out, and I use the hair dryer, and then in the front they're like, yeah, they're here, and I'm like, OM to the G. I've got a glass of wine she's given me and bubbles for their arrival. I take the glass of wine, I'm literally like this, glug, 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 glug. Anyway, I got the bubbles, they're here. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Okay, sorry Lord. Oh my goodness, cheese and rice on a Kaiser bun. I pull out my pants, I get ready, and they do all their welcomes, and then Diana comes back and she's like, okay, they're here. So they were like, happy birthday, whatever. And then I walk out and I said, is there a birthday girl in the house? And my mom's, this is just epic, my mom's face literally does this, and I'm not looking because I'm driving by a truck. She's like this, like literally for 3 minutes. And I was like, did I surprise you? My dad's on the right. He's like, oh my God. I'm like, Mom, happy birthday. Because her birthday's not for a week. So it's obviously a surprise to have her friends there. And then it's a triple surprise because I had just talked to her, sent her a picture saying, my cats miss you. They're looking out the window. Because my friend Carol, thank you, Marley, who's taking care of my girls, sends it to me. And I'm like, oh, I'll use that. I have surprised this woman, thank God, because no one can surprise her because she's always throwing the parties for everyone. And I will tell you, that party was so fun. It was like nonstop, like just chatting and laughing and just regaling how I got there and what happened. And we've got the beautiful blue fig on the table, which has survived the 3 days on ice. I'm not kidding. Have blue fig will travel. That shit travels well. I don't recommend having it 2 days and putting it on ice. I mean, like, you can. It definitely was fine. But, fresh, fresh is best. I get it, you can. But it was amazing. I'm exhausted. I don't know about you. I think it's probably been about 45 minutes, and you're probably like, you actually are going to talk for the entire 2 hours. I won't, because I want to get back to the Kristen Smart podcast. Amazing. Anyway, so that was it. And of course, then my parents were like, you going to stay? I'm like, well, I ain't driving home right now. So no, I stayed overnight, was passed out. We left the party about 10-ish. I mean, these Eleanor peeps know how to party. So we were there till 10:30. It was tag team. Everyone was helping, cleaning up, doing dishes. Because Diana had made basically French onion soup, stuffed pork loin, scalloped potatoes, lemon cake from scratch, like beautiful, all the foods, all the booze. It was so good. Full and happy, fat and happy. That's what I say. Oh my God, I think I literally might be hitting the 505 soon. That's a long time talking. Yeah, totally, Mickey. Awesome surprise. So it was like the epic surprise. I basically wake up this morning at 6:30. I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta get on the road. I got my nails did at 1. So I did some work a little bit and got, sorted out. I had my burrito. I got my Sandy. And then I meet up to where I met the young children who I mocked at the gas station, and I will be sore and have bruises because karma. I think that's the conclusion of this tale. That is the last 72 hours, which I feel like I lived a lifetime in those last 72 hours. And I probably could have a YouTube channel just doing stories call it Sunday Sass Sessions with Joy, and regale 72-hour period in my life. I think this one takes the cake. I don't think I've had this much fun or this much packed into 72 hours ever. I'm sure there are details I'm leaving out. Like the time the woman yelled at me at the Full Belly Deli when literally she was getting water. No, she had her husband, literally, I'm getting my sandwiches. I'm running in, pick up my sandwiches I've ordered online, and I had asked for a soda, fountain soda. And so I was, I was waiting in line patiently while her husband was trying to get 2 sodas going at once, which I appreciate, efficiency. And then you've got the little kid who's hey, I want to help Dad. And she's like, move over, son. And I'm just literally watching this going, how many people and how long does it take to get 2 fountain sodas? She's standing there, the husband's standing there getting it. I'm like, why are you standing there, ma'am? I didn't say that, but I did kind of creep in as he was kind of finishing, and I was getting ice, and I hear behind me, she's like, I don't know what you're in such a hurry about. And I just was like, I have no time for this. I did not say excuse me first. I appreciate her frustration, but I just totally met her with the calm and chill that probably pissed her off even more. And she's like, I don't know what you're in a hurry about. I said, I don't know either. I just was like, I don't know either. And then she's like, I mean, you could have at least said excuse me. I said, you're right, I could have. I was just I was game face. I was like so focused. I wasn't rude. I don't think I really did get in her way, but you do not need to stand by next to your husband, behind him in the way while your husband's getting soda drinks. Move along, ma'am. Move it along. So yeah, there's that. And then there's a whole nother story about, a gun ammunition store right next to the Deli Belly that I really probably shouldn't divulge what happened there. But let's just say this. I'm back in California, safe, alive, and well, living my best life with my breakfast burrito, my Red Bull Peach Edition, my donuts, my coffee, my ice for my Fanta, Twizzlers, Scratcher. And that pretty much sums up the last 72 hours of my life. And a lot of Zwift turns saying yes to our offer and having pictures of us I took a picture of all the Zwift turns when we made the offers. I said, all right, let's this could be the moment that changes your life. Let's take a picture. I said, it could change my life too. I took a picture of everyone and I'm like, do you need any props? What do you need? Oh my God. The one kid got a Pikachu. Another one got a kettlebell. We had one of them put on their glasses. So we had our glasses on. It was the most adorable thing. I am so excited for this summer of Zwifternship. It's going to be on fuego. On fuego. And I'm speaking at a conference in another, 3 weeks about having batch interview days, which people do. It's not new. I literally submitted the proposal without having done it. I mean, I've done it before, but not here. And I was just like, after it went over and we had they sent out the recorded session of the training to speakers. And I was like, OM to the G. Thank God it went well, because I could just imagine me going, yeah, so here's what not to do for batch interview day. And now I can say, here's what to do for what we call, do you want to be a Zwift turn? That is the theme of our batch interview day, and I think we're going to do that literally every time we have to hire people. We interviewed 30, we had invited 39, there were 3 or 4 no-shows, 36 interns, Zwift turns, candidates. We made 18 offers, and that was just for 2 groups. We have another 2 days coming up in the next week or 2. But we got so many yeses. Well, only one no, and that young man, we are going to track him down. He is so amazing. He's actually going to Rivian. I can't even tell you the story about Rivian. I'm so excited for him because it's going to be an amazing internship for him. Notice I didn't say Zwift turn. It could be a Rivian ship. Rivian turn. That's what they should call it. Rivian turns. Anyway, I interviewed at Rivian right before I took the job at Zwift. And I literally was crying, telling them I had taken the offer. Not because I wasn't excited about Zwift, but because Cindy Nicola, is it? Nicola? Anyway, she's the VP of talent at Rivian. I swear to God, if you do not know that woman or that company, find out now. Go get a job there in recruiting. She is so amazing. I would work for her in a heartbeat. Of course, I love a Zwift. But anyway, there's Rivian. And now they have one of our Zwift turns. I think he took the job. I'm gonna have to stalk him all summer. It'll be good. He'll come to his senses at one point. I'm kidding. I was very confident he'd say yes to us, and he sent a lovely note saying he'd accept another offer, and I'm sure it was them. But anyway, that is the end of my tale. I'm going to continue to listen to my podcast, eat my breakfast burrito, live my best life, get on the 5 soon. I think I'm on the 505. Is that correct? No, I'm on the 5. Go to the 505. I really don't know. This is why I know I can't give directions to people. I just say, here's the address. Good luck to you. There is more traffic, so I probably should be stopping talking now. This is perfect timing. Thank you for listening to Sunday Sass Sessions with Joy. This has been a pleasure, and hopefully yours. I will see you on the other side of something, and I think I need to take a break from Facebook Lives after I took a break from Facebook Lives for a week, and then this. So you're welcome, Abby Green. I hope I helped fill your day full of wonder and wonderment and magic. And why is there all this traffic? Ugh, yuck. All right, and I haven't gotten a ticket yet, so that's a good thing. All right, have a good day, Mick. We'll talk to you soon. Looking forward to seeing everyone. Since I got the J&J shot, I'm good to go. Well, maybe I need another week. But apparently, I'm hopefully not one of the 7 women. Apparently, you have to be under menopause age, and that ain't me, by the way, who got blood clots from the shot. So, yeah, there's that. I think I told you that story already. Anyway, I feel good. I'm feeling like I'm healthy, except for this, and I'll be healthier tomorrow when I do a day juice cleanse and then eat clean for 3 days. That's because my nutritionist and I discussed it, and I'm going to do it. But I'm going to eat this food and all the other food items I showed you I did get a Butterfingers too, because that's like my jam. And here's the thing, road trips are non-negotiable. Road trips are non-negotiable snacky food. It does not count. It's like birthdays don't count, calories don't count on your birthdays, they don't count on road trips. I'm not gonna lie. So there's that. So me and my breakfast burrito and BLT on Asiago bread sandwich say goodbye to you. This means I don't have to stop anywhere for food anymore. And we'll see you next time on Sunday Sass Sessions, if not sooner. All right? Bye. Have a great day.